Oh, I better get the charge cable. I get the charging cable. This thing's gonna die. Oh, wow, we got 2 already. Nice. All right, give me a couple more people and I'll give you a little explanation of the thumbnail, because there's a little bit of history behind that in that book I got for Christmas. Hello, Mr. Scott. Here, get some tea over here. Big Red, what's up, buddy? Hey, Nate's on here. Howdy, Nate. Hey, Nate, the back cut job thing I called you about earlier, that's changing. That changed. That's probably not going to happen. I think it got shrunk and I can do just it by myself now. Mr. George, Mr. Barnett, Kevin Carver, Dean Parks. Man, we're 30 already. Holy moly. Cole, man, Mr. Plansick, Darwin Scott. Okay. Sorry, my battery's low. I have to plug it in. Plug it in. Josh Horn, Stephen Dunham, Justin Perkins. Howdy from Missouri. Man, look at all you guys. That's awesome. Things are better. Do I sound better? Things are a little better. I actually got a lot of news of a lot of work all of a sudden. I've had a couple calls. I got 2 bat cut jobs. One is pretty sizable. Hey, Mrs. Elite Earthworks, how are you? I saw Mr. Elite Earthworks on Mikey's Dirt Perfect's channel there just a little while ago. One of these days we have to coordinate. When you're out there, I'll come out and visit. It's probably not going to be until this summer, but I'd love to get out and see you guys and meet you guys. Yeah, a little better. Hold on, I got crap everywhere. I know, man. He's a level above me. Him and Mikey. Mikey, I think when I was out at Mikey's, his channel was just a little bit bigger than mine, and it blew up. I mean, absolutely blew. He's crushing. He's big time now. He don't talk to me no more. Timothy Thompson, what's up, sir? Okay. I was joking about the other thing, by the way. All right, this is the book. It's called Wood Hicks and Bark Peelers, and I'm going to start using some of the pictures out of this. And all these... What's up, Brian? Brian Roberts, Brian Smith. We got 2 Brians here. What's up, guys? So, there's all these pictures in this book. Chuck Driver, what's up, buddy? Thank you, sir. Hey, Mr. Elite Earthworks. He don't talk to me either. Oh, man, we got quite a few people from Missouri. Or is that Michigan? I wasn't. Mr. Conant. Eli Roop, I saw you there, buddy. I didn't miss you. Okay, so a little bit. This is the first picture. We're going to I'll put some in videos. Matter of fact, I'm loading a video right now, which is a point of view cutting video. But all right, this is original forest along Indian Run near Norwich, McKean County. That's in Pennsylvania. All this was in Pennsylvania, all these pictures. And these are hemlock. This was about the great push for hemlock, and it was around the late 1800s to 1900s. Sorry, I'm shaking like crazy. But these are all hemlocks. I mean, look at them, man. They're huge, and there's just nothing on them. And this was considered original, never touched by man, ever. Mr. Nevels, how are you? Isn't that wild? Look at those. Now, the story behind this book, if I remember correctly, somebody was cleaning out a shed or something in their house, and okay, to Lois and Bob Barden. Where others saw a crate of old window panes, you saw a historical treasure trove. So these people found what they thought was a crate of window panes in a, I'm trying to find it, in like a shed they were cleaning out. I don't know if someone passed away or what. How you doing, Mr. Sorty? And I'm trying to find it. Okay, Lois and her husband, Bob Barden, were browsing through a tool shed near Hanoi Lake. I said that wrong. South of Rochester, New York, in 1974. Bob's other relatives were sorting through the household goods and antiques in nearby cottage. In the dark shed, Lois spied two wooden crates on the dirt floor in a damp, gloomy corner. Were filled with glass window panes. Maybe they'd be useful on their farm. She lifted an 8 by 10 inch plate from the box and saw something more than dirt on it. She brushed away some of the grime, held it to the light, and through the doorway, squinted at the smudge, and she uncovered it was shocked. A ghostly face stared back at her, suddenly unexpected glimpse from the shattered world beyond the grave. This was not a common window pane. Seconds after her startling discovery, Lois placed a glass plate, lifted the heavy crates, and moved them outside. She plucked plate after plate from the boxes and realized they were loaded with photographic negatives of types she had never seen before. So, they found these on accident. And I've got a whole bunch of them. Some of them are so cool. I'll just give you a quick sneak peek a little bit. And what I'll do is I'll show these pictures as I'm doing these things, and then I'll kind of read the caption. Some don't have much of a caption to them, but some do. I mean, there's more pictures of the forest. There's that picture I showed you. There's some just Goodyear Sawmill, Austin, Potter P. All right, I don't want to spoil it. We'll do more of those later on. Future videos. I missed some comments. I know I missed some comments. We need Mrs. Elite. Can you take care of someone? How do I get somebody? I heard about that, Layla. Very, very sad. How do I make you a moderator, Miss Elite? How do I do that? Tell me. Sorry, I gotta turn this around. How do I do this? How do I do it? All right, we gotta take care of something. Took care of one. How do I make a moderator? Okay, but anyways, the big thing about all that was not only lumber. There was a lot of it was lumber driven, but the big thing was the tannin in hemlock was used for tanning hides, which was a big thing back in them days. So the hemlock was highly sought after, and if I remember correctly, it was cut so hard that it was almost cut to the point of extinction in our state. Not extinction, but they almost completely wiped it out. Go to the 3 dot next to my name and click and choose to make moderator. I can't find 3 dots. Okay. It says I can put you in timeout. Ooh, add moderator. Mrs. Elite Earthworks is now a moderator for your channel. Ho, 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 yeah. Thank you, Mr. Barden. Okay. Asking. Deeply involved in 4-foot industry around New York back in the day. That was Josh Horn. Look out, world. She's like the ninja. I remember when I was with Mike that one time we did that live feed, man. She was just chopping people down left and right. It was great. Only ones that deserved it, though. I got my tea here. Today was Sunday family dinner, belated birthday dinner for me. My brother got me, I got Yeti and spaghetti. I got a Yeti thing. I think I'm going to fill it with soup instead of I don't put water in them. But I bet you I could put some soup in there so it'll stay hot forever. We're up to 50 already. Hey, I seen that. You guys put me in that group text. Man, there was some interesting pictures going on in that group text last night. I was out with some friends. It was yesterday's just a rough evening. No misbehaving, just rough evening. My friend left her cheesecake here, so I ate her cheesecake. She was sad she had to go home. I'm from McKean County, about 20 miles from Austin and Potter County. So Tim Bell, that's right in your backyard, man. All these pictures are right in your backyard. My birthday was the 23rd of January, Mrs. Elite. It was Thursday. I was putting bucksaw bars and waiting for equipment on Thursday. Hemlock is a softwood, but you So rough sawing hemlock dry. And you, oh yeah, Chris, it's hard. It's real hard. I like hemlock. Actually, the room I added onto my house over the summer is out of all sawn hemlock. I sawed it to dimensional lumber sizes, 1.5 by 5.5, and yeah, Chisholm still. You're right. Tuscarora Forest is loaded. Okay. Dustin George wants to know how to remove sap from a chainsaw bar and saw from nasty pines. Okay, there's a couple different ways you can do that. Straight gasoline will do it. All these ways, I would wear a rubber glove. You know, just go get like them cheapo latex gloves. You know, it looks like doctor's gloves or whatever. You can get it in the mechanic shop pretty cheap. Use that. Mineral spirits will do it. Turpentine will do it because after all, turpentine is made from pine resins and stuff. So, thank you, Stephen Dunham. Big Spring State Park. I've done some fishing out that way, Chips. It's awesome. Chris Nevels is the 28th, buddy. Happy birthday. Timothy Thompson wants to sing happy birthday. Oh, my. So, that usually is how I get Havalsik. What's up, buddy? Thank you, Mr. Elite. So anyways, that's how I do it. If it gets really bad, most of the time my bar gets gummed up when I'm cutting some pine, and then I just go cut some hardwood for a while, and you know how that goes. You pinch and pull and all that do, and it cleans it up after a while anyways. Okay. Justin Freeze wants to know what Red Oak is doing our way. It is doing absolutely poop. Actually, Red Oak is pretty much big railroad tied material right now. Michael Taylor, there's a video coming tomorrow on how the woods are coming. So far, it's wet. My God, it wasn't too bad. It was partly frozen. And then it rained and rained and rained and rained all night Friday and part of Saturday. It was bad rain. It's this property is a weird shape. It's flat as a pancake on top, and then it drops a little shelf, and then it drops. I mean, 200 feet down to a trout stream. 200 feet in elevation change. I think it told me it's a 1 to 1.3 slope, or 1 to 1. Yeah, it's steep. You can't stand on it. Hey, that's really good, Nate. Good thing you knew a guy that had them cut down really good for you. Some of that stuff was pretty decent stuff. A couple of them trees in the back edge of that were really nice inside. They were sound. There was no dote. There was no shake. Usually you get big ones like that, there was shake. So I'm glad you made it out all right. Hopefully, you have to message me. Hopefully John didn't make you pay too much for them. Purple Power. I've heard that works too, yes. We got a lot of hemlock in Maine. Oh, yeah. You guys have a lot of white pine up there, too, don't you? Really nice white pine, if I'm not mistaken. Tight grain. David Haley. Where's David? Did I miss? Oh. Huh. That didn't take David long to be mischievous. Thanks. I will give it a try. I never had a problem before, but usually cut hardwoods. A friend wanted big. Yeah, that's usually how it does. That's when it happens. Trying T6I. Give you something to do. What? Oh. Have you ran one of them knockoff 372 saws? No, Dan. A friend of mine has one that cuts firewood with it. He says it's all right. It ain't bad for what he paid. He don't use it as much as I do. I'm sure I could blow one up pretty quick, but it is what it is, you know. Oh, Mrs. Elite's on a roll. No, he's a stir, Chuck. I mean, he is the spoon to the soup. That was a bad analogy. So, anyways, it's really wet right now. So what I did today, I don't know, red dye, tell me what forest fires are, or are you just busting me? I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. Anyways, so I cut down to that first bench. Oh, morel mushrooms. Not cutting timber, no. I hunt them, and yes, I find them. But for some reason, when I'm cutting timber, I can't find them. I don't. It's probably because I'm always looking up and not looking at the ground, which is smart. Nice. White pine is so nice. Branches break off. I like them. Um. Anyways, I cut down to that shelf. There was one old road, and you can't cut really any good roads because the limestone outcropping comes out of the hill right there. And so we were told to cut down to that road, and wherever we could reach below it, we could take, but don't go beyond that. We have, when you find them, it seems like last year was a really good year for them. I found some huge ones. I mean, big ones. Oh, man. Well, I'm in Slippery Rock right now, Nate, so I don't know. The other job for JT is towards Wellsville, I believe. So that's still a little too far south. I don't know. I'm playing catch up, so I'm working every day I can. Kansas Kev, what's up, sir? I got a little bit of tea left. Ugh, it's cold. Ugh. Yes, he is. David Haley's about the coolest cat in town. I really like that video. See, I've had people tell me sycamores, our big thing is I find them out dying red elms. It seems like if you can find a red elm that is dying, like started dying late summer of the year previous or the fall. Oh man, they seem, I don't know what it is about that. They pop up around them. I found around white elms, but you never find a lot. You only find like one or two. The red elm seems to be the key. But I found poplar trees. I find them around poplar trees every once in a while. But then you find them in weird places. I found a few under a pine tree this year. Mrs. Elite, if you guys ever come up, we're going to C's Waffles in North Lima, Ohio. It's about the best waffle you could ever want. I'm a waffle guy, if you can't tell. I really like waffles. This dang cord is really taxing my gig. I can't flip it over now. Yes, it is, Mr. Sorty. You know, a nice thing about poplars, most of the time you drop them, the top just breaks right out. They're nice and straight, and there's usually, unless they're growing on the edge of like an open spot, there's usually not a lot of limbs. No, Mr. Watson, I am not. I'm from over by, we'll just say near Pittsburgh. I'm probably about 20 miles outside of it. Not to change the subject, but we gotta ask. We gotta ask. You ever run a Bello-built still? And if so, how would it compare to your Husky? I don't know. No, I've never. I run still from time to time. High MLH, but I don't buy them myself. Like if I'm helping somebody else, I'll run them. Like I said, it's all in preference. I think at their time they both made really good saws. They're both starting to. You should have called, Nate. You just stop by the house, because if you're over there, you're driving right past me. Who you with? You with your girlfriend? But no, for the stills, there's certain things about the stills I don't really care for. It seems like you get the torque out of a Husky, more torque out of a Husky than you do a still. That's just me. A little higher chain speed. Hey, see you, Mr. Parks. Yeah, I did some work in Union, well, close to Uniontown. It was Redstone, the township of Redstone. Not far from California, PA. It's all right there. No, I don't have. Yeah, I do. I do have some videos of that on my channel. They're like my first videos. Oh man, the old Austin powder plant. I don't know where that is, but I bet you if I talked. Have you ran an MS-290? My friend is selling one. I'm looking for a quick saw until I can get a good saw. I have not. I couldn't give you any honest input on that, buddy. I'm sorry. I don't want to direct you in the wrong way. Like I said once, I'll say it again. The reason I run Husqvarna is for the availability of OEM parts at a decent price. I can order any of it off the internet. A lot of places around here, a lot of shops around don't carry that kind of stuff unless you go to a straight saw shop. John Thread makes a good saw. Still makes good saw. Husky makes good saw. You know, it's all about what works for you. So I can't, we can all sit here and argue one's better than the other. But if you got one that you like that runs good, run it. So there it is, Dustin George, old man in the wood. How you doing, buddy? But yeah, as for Husky, the parts are just. There's a website called partstree.com. It's just got anything and everything you could ever want for any Husqvarna saw. It's OEM equipment. You order it. It usually shows up at my house in 2 to 3 days. They're great people to deal with. Their prices are very fair. Shipping's fast, obviously. That's who I like to use. Got my 440. Oh, Alan's starting a battle. I like my Craftsman for board cutting. Ported still 462 for me, Logging Daddy. I ran it was a 460. Then they went to the 461. Now it's 462. But the 460 I ran, that was a nice saw. Didn't have a problem with that. 590 Echo's a good one. That's Anthony Barnett. 290 good for form saw, but not good for timber cutting saw. There it is, Brian Roberts. Just looking for firewood saw. There it is. 290 good for firewood. I like the MS362. That's Darwin Scott. North Carolina, we can get it. Oh no. I gotta order one. I need income. But I want to get 2 or 3 more. And the idea is, as one goes, I'm going to ship one out to get rebuilt and ported. And, everyone's like, whoa, geez, by the time all the money. Well, you know what? You're going to spend that in a new saw anyway, so just might as well rebuild what I like. I'm not a fan of the computer in the saws. I've played with the 572 a little bit. It's a great saw. To me, it doesn't have the oomph that the 372 does. And I feel like you could get yourself in trouble with that, trying to bite off a little more than you could chew. That's only my opinion. So don't chew me, badger me. It's just, it's a nice piece of equipment, but I'm still not sold on the computer in it because, we all see what computers do to logging equipment. It's just, that's an industry that the less wiring, the better, in my opinion. So, Sugihara bars. Troy Skeese, I don't know. And you want to know, okay, hold on. Alan Watson has a Husqvarna symbol. 304. It's commitment. You ain't kidding. There's, at one time, there was a Shindawa. A friend of mine sold Shindawa chainsaws. And they looked exactly like the Husky saws. They sounded exactly the same. They didn't seem like a bad piece of equipment. I never owned one. I played with one, ran with one, and I really liked it. But I don't think they do the chainsaws anymore. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. They seem like a quality product, but I think they phased that out and they went more into like the string trimmers and all that other crud. Mrs. Elite hit the nail on the head. Use an 029 for firewood saw. Great saw. I've run one of them before too. Yep. And that's what we did with it, firewood. Robert Kennedy is in the house. This man is the devoted fella. Every video I put out, there's Robert on there. Hey, Pete. He always says hello. It's like his own little way of letting you know, hey, I was here. Try the Sugi bars. Logger Wade turned me onto them. Also Nutsy. How runs them. Still bars don't last too long anymore with me either. It's I like the Sugi bars. The only bad thing about the Sugi bars, once the rails get wore out, you'll get one that'll last forever, and you get another one that won't. It'll just last average. It's probably just, quality control in the steel. I can't close the rails on them. Every time I try to close them, I crack the damn things. I can't get them back to where I want them. They're too hard and brittle. So that's about the only downfall of them to me. I know a lot of guys that don't like them. I know Steve likes the still lightweight bar. He's a big proponent of that. Once again, my opinion, I like the Sugi. I really do. Now, Canon is supposed to come out with a lightweight bar. And it's going to be pricey. But when they have it in a 2-foot option, I'm going to get on that one. And I'm going to run that one. Now, when I went to OLC last year, I was badgering the rep for Canon pretty hard. And I don't think she was having any of those tries. Like, come on, you get a bar over, I'll pay for it. If it's a good product, I'll promote it on my channel and this and that. And I don't think she took me too seriously, so. And but that's where that's at. In my opinion, what bar will last you the longest? The Canon. Canon Super Bar. They're hard. They're true. The nice thing is their replaceable tip is compatible with the Oregon Power Match tips, so you don't necessarily have to be. Whereas the Sugi bar, you have to get a Sugi tip. Tasmura, I've heard those. I've heard those are very good bars too. They're very similar to the Sugis. Yes, I have heard that. Oh, Odie Horse. Yes, Odie Horse is on here hiding. She had one at that show, and they raffled it off, and they gave it to somebody, and somebody was supposed to review it. Well, I didn't win the raffle, obviously, but it was like a 30-inch bar. I mean, that was like, what was I going to do with that? So, I believe there was a lady that won it, and she was cutting, I think she was working on Vancouver Island in BC is where she was at, if I remember seeing the post for it. What do you got going on, Mrs. Elite? Okay, I see it, yes. Josh is talking about. What did I miss? Not a chance to keep my clothes. Wait a minute. What did I miss? I'm missing something. Josh has crabs. Don't have to bend over to trim limbs. Try and tell Pat Lacey still ain't no good. I'm like I told you, I'm not beating nobody. It's like a new vehicle. It's new. Go buy whatever you think, is going to work for you and what you like. Okay. It's getting a little PG in here. Good thing this channel isn't recommended for children. Now that you have to do that on everything. Let's just, we're not going down that road. I'm looking at land with trees 50 inches on the stump. I'm going to need a large bar. Tell you what, buddy, them 50 inches on the stump, take them down a 2-foot bar all day long. That stuff I was cutting this summer, those big trees. I did a video of them big trees. The biggest one was 66 inches. I mean, that was part of the butt swell, root flare, but it was constant 4-footers. Constant. You know what I mean? And, I have no problem at all, man. Just bust that notch out, bore the heart out of it, and chase cut around each side. You know what I mean? Come up, leave that tab in the back, the long tab, heading towards the center of the heart so it breaks evenly, doesn't splinter the slab off, you'll be just fine. Unless it's hard leaning stuff. I mean, then you want to approach it a little different. But I'm guessing if you're looking at stuff like that, it's probably pretty tall and straight. So, any requests on videos? Anything like that? Gotta go. Thank you, Odie. Take care, buddy. Give everybody lots of love from over on the East Coast. I have a 28-inch bar that came with my 395, and it's hanging downstairs on the hook with 2 new chains, and I've never used it. Never. I thought, oh, I'm going to use it on that job. No. I know Wade and Steve run 28s. They do cut, on average, a little bit bigger diameter timber, especially than me. Nate, it's a 1 to 1.3 on the back side, but I'm only allowed to go over at about 80 feet. I can't, the limit, they don't want me taking the trees off the steep part because the ground is being stripped for the limestone, and they need that growth on the hill. They don't want to disturb that hill. There's a trout stream at the bottom. Nice. Nice. I don't know who's busting who here. That one, I showed Nate a little clip, and it'll be in one of my videos soon. Yes, I did, Loggin' Daddy. I sold that skidder February last year. Something like that. March. I don't remember. I was looking at a Franklin here. Pretty mean, a 560, but I don't know. Day in the life video is always interesting to watch. Okay. That's kind of what I'm working on, collecting enough footage to get one. As a matter of fact, I'll get on that tonight, starting that. It's going to have a little bit of footage, a little bit of music to it, just whatever. Dickard with Dave is in the house. Todd Reynolds is in the house. Hey, that's a good idea, Mrs. Elite. I'll do that. It's not quite that extensive, but I'll do that one of these days. Brian Roberts cuts with a 28-inch bar, and it does everything I need to do. I run an MS460 and an MS362. Right on, buddy. Okay, Todd, in Florida with grandkids. Guy down here do hog hunt on his 3,000 acre. His gun, 275. 325 with dogs. I think I should skip out for a 4-hour peg encounter. I think you should too, Todd. Where was the invite, turd? Josh is digging himself a hole quick. Thinking on a 240 Timberjack. Alan, the Timberjacks are nice. Great machine. I don't fit in them. I bust my knees off the dash. That one that Dale has, I smashed my knees off that thing. It hurts. Great machine. Just hurts for me to run it. I can't get the seat back no more. I'd be literally sitting on the winch to fit in it. Never had to use a big bar, just a 20. Would like to get a 24-inch bar. That's Anthony Barnett. I used to run a 20 all the time. Is Mrs. Elite leaving? Oh no, she's not leaving. She's still there. Tim Barton, Franklin's a mean machine. I cut behind a Franklin one time. I don't remember if it was a 170 or if it was bigger. And this dude was running 3/4. This was down near Parkersburg, West Virginia. He was running 3/4 swedged. You couldn't put enough timber behind it. It was poplar. It was big, long stuff. Poplar and white oak. And it just, you couldn't get enough behind it. We'd run out of chokers. I mean, the thing would just go. It would side hill like you were saying. It went everywhere. So, Alan, I can't remember his name. God, that was, you know, it's funny you say that. I was thinking about that. It was an older fella. He always works by himself most of the time. The piece of land he was cutting was, he'd been after it for a long time, he told me. And that Antero oil and gas company bought it. And they were trying to cut as much off of it before the title or whatever, the deed to the land switched to them, whoever the landowner was. I cannot remember this guy's name. He does a lot of work in central PA, south central PA, down into West Virginia. And I remember him telling me he only likes to buy tracts of land that are like 300 acres and bigger. He had a Franklin. I think he had a 518 too. He had his own log truck. At the time, he rolled one of them, so he just had the old one. I can't remember. Cannot remember his name. Yeah, they're little. They're easy to move too, Todd. They are easy to move. Ron Blair. Ron Blair. I don't know. I could search the name and tell you because he had a write-up in a paper of a job he was doing out, I think somewhere near State College or somewhere. Forget where he lives. It's on the tip of my tongue. But that article came up when I searched his name. And I could tell you then, but the phone's here. I'm talking to you. So, logging day 6.3 on 240. Nice. The sacrifice videos were great. I need to get more footage from other people, and I don't want to bug the people. There's certain people I ask for it, and I'm not going to bug them. But if I can get some more, I'd be all about it. I have to get a hold of Steve. He was one of them. David, you still on here? I'll mail you. Well, shit. See, me and David have issues because when I try to send him like a little thanks for watching clip, it's always really like grainy because my phone, when it sends the clip over, it shrinks it down real bad. Wayne Tharp's here. $185 S2, I heard those were wicked. I looked at one, but I was afraid it was Alan Watson. I looked at one not far from, I think it was up near Franklin, Pennsylvania at one time. But it just, I had a bad feeling about it. Looked like it had been rode hard and put away wet. This was not long ago. Oh, Wayne. What's Anita up to? 2 cable skidders right now. I have a Q80. How's the Q80, Alan? I heard the 185 S2 was the S2. There was a 405 S2. I heard there's 2 different motors in them. One I think had a 4-cylinder Cummins and another one had a 6-cylinder. He said if you had the one with the 6-cylinder, he said it was disgusting. He said you just could not stop it. Dickered with Dave still here. I feel like I'm missing stuff. Six John Deere motors even better. Okay, maybe it was a John Deere. I didn't throw him out, just deleted his comment. Pay attention to what? David, we got to get some of the sacrifice stuff. Yeah. We got to figure that out. Maybe I'll just mail you one of my old GoPros. That would work. You just mail it back. But the sacrifice video was killer. I really liked that. It worked out good. I wanted to do more of them, lots more of them. So it's hard to, you see some guys out in the woods, you're like, hey, I want to take a video, and some people are just funny about that, don't like it, and I can't say that I blame them, so it's not a big deal. I don't push. Superior hardwoods. Can't say that I have, Alan. David should be chasing wolves. We were in a hot tub watching your deer get fat on corn, had some chili while watching. Oh, tell Anita I got a cherry pie here. But my mom made that for my birthday, so. 540 G2. I just seen one, Nate. A 540 G2, I think, was on one of them. What are you buying now? You don't want the 525 anymore? How about I buy the 540 Timberjack? Was it a 540? Did I say it? No. How about I buy the 540 Franklin? I think it's 540. And we'll swap. When I need a grapple, you can take it and we'll work something out. King of Sawmills in Ohio. I haven't heard of him. Maybe Nate's heard of them. The ones I know of in Ohio, there's a couple of them. I know of, I know of Dahl Lumber. There's Trumbull County Hardwoods. There's, Danoons. There's a couple of them. I can't remember. There's a whole bunch of them. Especially when you get up towards Sharon, PA, you head over that way. 560 Franklin, that's right. Nope, can't beat it. Just got an 03640 G2 cable and closed cab. Oh, yeah. Emmett Conway. Done. The thing's mean. Hey, for the right price, sell it to him, Nate. Mike's a great guy at Trumbull. I haven't sent anything to Trumbull County yet. I've worked with a fellow who's on here right now who has sent stuff there. I personally haven't sent stuff there. Wayne, it's coming. I just saved it. It's a point of view one. I wish they were all big fat trees, but they're not. It's coming though, my man. We're looking for a 548 G2. Okay. Fire Captain Tom, what's up, buddy? No blocking, though. Val. That's Valentine? Is that who you're talking about? Eric Rom's here from Dallas, everybody. Valentine and Mercer. Val, is that who you're talking about? I think that's who you're talking about. If so, yes, I have. If they a white oak buyer? Are they big on the white oak? I think I've sent stuff to them. Dicker, are you on your, Dickard's on in his sandbox, I think. Okay. Josh Berry, what's up? Okay, Alan Watson. Yes, I have sent quite a bit of stuff to them in the past. Stump Fighter. Who's Stump Fighter? I haven't sent them any walnut. I honestly, the walnut, I never know where it goes. The walnut's always, I never get into enough to make a whole straight load. So it always goes to a lay down yard. It's all laid out and it's bid out. It's just, they come and bid. You know, if it's veneer, they bid on it. If it's a, you know, premium, if it's a premium or a FAS log, it's all bid out. And then all the lower grade clean down into the blocking, small stuff. I mean, we take a walnut clean down to 8 inches. So they want just about everything. Eric Rom. Last I was here, I think I was talking about working in Newfoundland. Man, you go there now, you can get a job shoveling snow. Brian Roberts works with Trumbull County Hardwoods, and they're really good people, especially saw logs. White oak, black walnut, red oak, maple, hard and soft. Brian, I would love to get up there sometime. I want to get some videos of touring some sawmills, some more of the grade mills, more or less, showing the different green chains and the resaws. There's a couple merry-go-round systems, things like that. So I've got to get my There was one in northern PA I wanted to get into, but they have a lot of Dutchmen working in there, and they don't really fancy the camera. So that, and some people are very protective on their setup, and they don't want it out there video-wise. So yeah, you better tell your dad. The reason I wanted to film out your place, your guys' place, Nate, because my buddy, he bought all the trim from you guys, doors, door jams, a whole bunch of stuff, and I put it in for him. I mean, we helped each other. He was nailing, I was cutting, and all that stuff, and putting the doors up, everything like that. And I did all the fitting of the trim and everything. And it was just really neat to know we were getting something from either our area, hardwoods from our area, and it was going into his house, and we bought it off you. And I wanted to do a video showing, like, hey, this is a local business. This is using local sourced wood product. It's like a big chain of, it's just a local economy boost when you do this. Don't go buy your crap at like Lowe's or Home Depot. Go buy it there. ITL, yeah, Northwest is buying everybody, and that's a damn shame. Parker Lumber. I think I watched a video on YouTube of Parker Lumber. They do a lot of white pine, I believed. Yankee Doodle says, I'm a Dutchman, as you say. It's funny, because some guys just don't care if you video them whatsoever, and then there's other ones that they say, hey, no. And it's all right, whatever, that's cool. Oh. Sexton's Excavating Logging, what's up? International Timber and Land, West Hickory, Pennsylvania. Yep. I was hunting not too far from that this year. What did you try? So much pull. Not a whole lot, Marshy. Just shooting the bull. Maybe check the beginning out. I got a cool picture out of my book here. Bessie Forest Products, multiple mills in Wisconsin, Michigan. Nice. Huge production. They have a big kiln there. It's right next to the road, and it's really cool. You can see it, and all the lumber's always stacked up back. And the lumber that's stacked is premium. It looks like they do a lot of 6/4 stuff. Oh, yeah, he looks like he's having that's giving him a fit up there with the elk. Yep, Eric, I do know what Sutherland Lumber, that's in Burgettstown. Sutherland's, is that who you're talking about? They don't mill anymore. All he does, they have a big pallet shop from what I remember, and they do a lot of kiln drying services. So people haul in the wood, and they dry it for a rate, and outdoor it goes. They shut the mill down, and the rumor was that somebody got hurt in there and insurance was going to go through the roof, so they just closed it down. There's still some of the stuff there, like the outbuildings and things for it, but I'm sure the head rig and all that stuff's gone by now. Billo Build is in the house. Where's he hiding? There he is. There he is. Next, you have. Yeah, I did, Marshy. I'm working. I'm happy now. Funny thing, all I wanted for my birthday was go out and play in the mud. There are some big mills around here. All the mills want white oak and walnut. Yep, that's here too. So, I got some nice walnut on this, or nice white oak on this job. It's all gonna probably all be barrel staves. It's just that nice size of like 14 to 18 inches chest, the biggest being about 22 inches. Not a lot of them, probably just one load. But man, is it nice. Just that perfect size. They love that. They don't like that real big stuff, and they don't like the real, too much of the real small stuff. They like them 25-foot sticks. Are you, Steve? I'll be gutting and rutting tomorrow, buddy. Or rutting and gutting, however you want to call it. The best thing about the job I'm on is, Barry Hanson, what's up? The best thing about this job is they're going to basically turn the earth over digging this limestone out. So we can tear it up as much as we want within reason. You don't want any of that water, muddy water, anything like that running down in that trout stream, obviously. So I still have to water bar any roads I make. I got to make sure that I don't cause any thing that's going to cause an erosion down into there. You know, if there's like a little swale in the hill, I can't be filling it up with slop and pushing it over the hill or anything like that. But I mean, that's just common knowledge. No one wants to do that. Horse logging job right now. Yank, dude, how do the horses do when it gets real muddy like this? Do you have a problem with them pulling shoes? Do you have you worry about them, like if it's too muddy, does it hurt them? Like, is it bad for them? Like, can they roll an ankle or something like that? My buddy just sent me a message about something he wants me to buy on Facebook Marketplace. It's a machine. I don't know what it is. But I'm curious about the horse thing, how they do in the mud weather like this. I really am. It's got to be like taking, you know when you have to take 3 steps to actually take one, like if you're climbing up a muddy hill? Well, the first part on this job, Steve, is not a lot. It's just a little chunk of, it's an 8-acre chunk. There's some bigger, there's like another 8 acres beyond this is where a big pond is going. And this is all total clear cut. It's got some real nice stuff. It's about 5,000 to 6,000 foot to the acre. It's just big enough to really make some headway, but small enough that it doesn't slow you down, that you got to break the trees down small enough, you know, take 1 or 2 at a time. You can still take 3 or 4. So that's good. There is a bat cutting job I have coming up for that Indiana brown bats. It's 30 acres. That's another one. Wipe everything out, but there's no equipment. You just go in on foot, cut everything down. That's coming up here too, Steve. So if you get slow, like you think you guys are going to get rained out for like a week or something, and I got this thing rolling, you make sure you stay in touch, because you come up, you got a place to stay, and it's 4 miles from my house is the job, man. I mean, we can just plow through that big time. I'll pay you good. Wes Somerville's on here, everybody. Wes is from up by Stump Jumper, and they frequently do little odd jobs together. Like Wes will come out, he's a little excavation business, so he'll come out and haul some rock or, fix some roads, do things like that. Wes, good dude. Pulling stumps. Yeah. We cut for Emporium Hardwoods. Sawing over 100 board foot per day. Wow. That's a lot. Hey, man, that's good. Slick on top. See, that's where I'm running into right now. Where I was diddling around on Friday, it's nasty. I got the leaves taken off the dirt, and it's just poop. But the nice thing is I don't really have to go in there too much because it's cleared. I'm done. But my path coming out, I'm a little worried about. I'm real worried about, actually. It's going to be greasy, and I think it's going to sink bad. But I went over it with the dozer on my way out today, and I just plowed the stuff off. I did, didn't I? Did I? Oh, no. It's in your blood, man. It'll come back. 2 trees, you're good to go. Nice, Alan Sorty. 80 to 100 loads a week. Wow. Chinese were buying paper mills in Maine for toilet paper. I don't know if this is true. Asking the couple people here from Maine. There it is, man. People on here from Maine. Let's hear it. Like I said, Steve, I think you might have to bring the dogs with you, though. I think Sadie Joe would like it here. Although I think Mama would be mad if you took Sadie Joe. She probably wants you to take Hank. But, Old Town Mill of Maine. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, man. If they're buying it, that means there's something here they want. Oh, hopefully they start buying all our hardwood logs again. Get that red oak back up. Yeah, it's not. Sadie might have to sit it out. Any news on, well, I'm not going to say anything, Steve, but any news on what me and you talked about earlier? Top secret. Oh, man, they're just being rough on you, Steve. Anyways, it's about 55 minutes. I think I don't have anything else I want to talk about. So, Mrs. Elite wants a day in the life of video. Wayne Tharp and a couple other guys want the cutting video, and that's in production room right now, right over there, getting done. I'm going to do a couple cutting videos, I think. Just nothing, just cutting. All right. Keep me posted. Oh, quick questions. Does anybody know, they signed the trade agreement thing. Does anybody know for sure if timber was in the agricultural part of that agreement? Todd, I have a video of some deer today. It's not a hunt video, but I was just pillaging along through the woods, skidding logs, deforestating. And I saw 3 deer hauling butt across this field. I mean, they were running to me. See you, Steve. Oh, Yank, I gotta get some bigger timber jobs. There's a possibility. Waiting on the Senate now. Oh God, we'll be waiting forever. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about. I don't see, why wouldn't it be? Yeah, that would have to be agricultural. You know what? I tried to CCR music. There's a copyright. It won't let me use it. I've tried CCR before. Well, I'll have to try it again. One time I did it before, they didn't let me do it. What do you think? You're great. Just bust. David Allen Co. So I gotta watch. I can't put too much of that stuff on there that's high copyrights because then it starts to messes up your channel. But I could throw one in every once in a while. I just can't monetize it. Oh, man. King Laz says, loves the videos. Keep them up. Right on, buddy. Thank you. I knew I missed one. All right, man. Hey, I'm going to run because I want to finish this video. I got some other stuff to take care of. Spice Girls. Mrs. Elite wants Spice Girls. Come on, man. Yes, I am Fire Captain Tom. Been monetized for a while. It's a roller coaster. The best I did so far is when I had the dozer stuck in the mud. That video about that dozer stuck in the cold mud. But, all right, everyone. Y'all take care. Troy Skeese, we'll see you. David Haley, see you. Thank you. Fire Captain Tom, we'll see you. All you guys. Marshy, see you. If you... Yank Doodle, we'll see you. Wellner, see you. Robert Kennedy, take care. Everybody, Mrs. Elite, thank you for being a moderator. You take care. Hope to see you guys soon. And everybody, as always, stay safe. And keep your stick on the ice if you have any by you.